Hello, everyone. My name is Bridget, and today we're going to be talking about unlocking ancient chakras. This is incredible for healing, for balance, for anchoring your mission, your Starseed mission, for leading a great life. This is really, really foundation and fundamental. And these more expansive versions of energy centers and chakras have been around for a long time, but sometimes we just haven't heard of them or they've been hidden away. And so I want to bring that to the forefront of your awareness so that you can utilize them, because one of the reasons that people out there, us in the spiritual world, empaths, have been having a lot of challenge with the new energies coming in, the cosmic energies, as well as just daily life workings, interweavings, is because these foundational chakras aren't activated, they're not in place, they're not cultivated, and these are the foundational structures cosmically and earth anchor foundation wise that energize, enliven, and balance our entire chakra system and our etheric body. So they're really essential. So I definitely recommend listening all the way through, because there's other nuanced ones that I'm going to be talking about that are all very important to expand the template, the framework, the traditions that we've been working with. Because a lot of us were introduced to the 7 chakra system from the yogic tradition, which is just one small snapshot, very small snapshot of even the yogic tradition. There's so much more out there. And so I am surprised this isn't talked about more, but things have been like watered down a lot, and you can handle more and you need more. It's time, because this is going to be really helpful for you. So be sure to like this video, subscribe, hit the bell button so that you're along this journey with me, because I'm going to be doing a whole series. I'm going to go deep into each one of these in a different video over these next coming weeks. So be sure to stay tuned for that and subscribe so that you're along the whole journey, because there's a lot to this. I can talk for a long time on this, but this is YouTube, so I'm going to keep it somewhat short and just give you the overview, which is essential right now. So in the big picture scheme of things, I want you to expand. I want you to feel into your energy right now. There's so much more than this. Our little body that doesn't even include our legs and feet. Like, there's so much more to even our body, which I know is easy for you to tap into, that there's more out there. And there's energy centers, there's chakra centers that are not in the physical body. And I think that even just expanding into that awareness is a obvious aha probably for you. You're like, yeah, there's more going on here. And activating those is essential to open these certain gates. So one of the reasons, I need to give more context as to why we haven't been hearing about these and what's going on. So in part, some of it was intrinsic. I think that that's one of the reasons that we haven't heard more about it. And if you dig even just a bit into the Taoist tradition, that's where I learned a lot of this. Ancient Rosicrucian tradition, where I learned a lot of this. This is right there. But it's one of those things that it's inherent in that expansion. In, say, when you're in yoga or something, and you're in the class, you're opening up to the cosmos, right? You're deepening into the earth. And so there's always this innate obviousness to it. But I think distinctively bringing awareness to these pieces is essential. This is very powerful ancient knowledge. And so having access to these certain things, some people maybe even weren't ready for. So there's some of the hiddenness to it, especially in the lower centers. Because in the Western tradition, the religion, the church was scared, demonized connecting with the earth, connecting with the goddess traditions, more of the pagan earth traditions. They were wanting to wipe that out so that they could be the intermediary to source. So there were reasons for this, as to why you haven't heard of them, but now you're going to. And so we're going to dive into it now and get into just some of them. These are the key essential ones. Now there's so much more, and that's where it can get pretty vast. And so I just want to get specific on some that you can start really tuning into and bringing your awareness to. And I invite you, as I'm talking about it, to tune into your body, to tune into your energy field and be like, yeah, I already know that one. I've already been connecting with it. Or oh, this is new to me. Let's feel into that and see what's going on. And this becomes the first step in activation, in connecting with them. Now, this is so important. This is so foundational to your etheric body, to your spiritual life, to your everyday life and becoming grounded and balanced, that I created a whole chakra course that goes very deep into these hidden ones, how to activate them, how to work with them, how to cultivate them over time. It's not just a one moment deal. It's a cultivation practice. So I have that down below if you want to check that out, and it includes the 7 chakras as well. So be sure to go check out my new course. Let's start with the top of the head. Let's start with the all-star, which is the 8th chakra. And many of you maybe have heard of the 8th chakra. That's great. A lot of people call it the soul star chakra. That's kind of the new age term for it, which is fine. That sounds great, the soul star chakra. And it does illustrate what it does, what its purpose is. And that's so much of what we need to explore, is what's the purpose of these pieces. So the soul star chakra, say that 4 times fast, is the connection, is the seat of your higher self. And it also coalesces. That means that there's a shared energetic space in this grand soul council energetic space right here, that your guardian angel also resides. It's a very powerful space. This holds your template of your soul blueprint for your life. And it's the intermediary connection point between the cosmos, the celestials, and your physical body. Very essential point. And we're going to go deeper into it in one of these next videos in the coming weeks. So be sure to tune back into that, because I'll be going deeper into it. So some of the other ones that I want to touch on, and kind of the counterpart to this one, is the Earth Star Chakra. The Earth Star Chakra is essential because you can only go as high, you can only travel to as far a star as you go deep into the earth. Okay, you might be able to like rocket launch off, on a journey, on a trip, by just accelerating your energy, a certain meditation, but to actually ground in and be able to stabilize and hold these big, vast energies. Because when you start playing up here, you can call in stars, all right? It's really big energy. And I think that that's why a lot of people have challenges with it, right? Where it's like, this is too much, this full moon, this eclipse. I used to have that. I used to get these Shakti fever headaches where all the new energy coming in during, say, an eclipse would get stuck in my head, and it would be the most excruciating headache. And it was just an energy headache, because I don't get other headaches. And it would happen for years, all through my 20s. And it wasn't until I started working on these chakras between the legs and below the feet, and I was doing this with the Taoist tradition, that stopped. It ended, because this energy flow, there's a lot of different energy flows happening here. We're not going to get into them. It's very complex. But there's a lot of energy flows happening here. And it's very, very essential to be able to stabilize those higher energies, to digest, to assimilate, and then be able to ground and radiate those big, beautiful energies in your body and in your energetic field and beam it. Like, you're not going to be Jesus, seriously, beaming around with this incredible, vibrant, glowing aura if you're not fully integrated into the body and into these lower chakras. So it's very essential. Like, if that would have happened, it would have been like, and you just kind of collapse and can't handle it. It's too much charge. It's too much energy. So this is very, very essential. So this Earth Star Chakra, which most people had opening. You see the ones at the bottom of the feet, which is the Ming Men, which is the energy bubbling spring point in Taoism that comes up and breathes life, energy into the body, into the kidneys, all kinds of really good things happening here. This was innate. This is what happened because people were barefoot, grounded on the earth. And every way that they lived, the way that they were born, connected and communing with earth, this was in place. This has been out of place since the invent of rubber-soled shoes, but also since the church demonized any kind of like connection that started to get wiped out. And so we're wanting to recultivate this, and it's the Earth Star chakra, which is about a foot below the feet. It can go deeper, and these things are complex. I mean, the Earth Star chakra goes all the way to the center of the earth. Like, there's many different layers and many different chakras. But just to get a general idea, we can say it's about a foot below the feet into the earth that your energy field extends through this chakra, and it extends further than that as well. And so all of this is, again, this is just a next expansion of a template, a framework that you already know, and we're just expanding it so that we can connect in even more with these deeply nourishing energies of Earth and the cosmos, which we're allowing in. And then because these are the foundational higher energy and anchoring energy centers, then we can assimilate those energies in our sweet bodies and our sweet lives in the everyday. And so there's also these minor chakras that are going up in between the legs, very essential to have on, to have active. A lot of people, especially spiritual people, sensitive people, have closed off those gates to the lower centers, to the lower half, but they're essential for all of this higher development and for a balanced life to cultivate. And then you've got the palm chakras as well. So those are the main ones that I wanted to talk about, to just give an overview today, so that you can start to feel them. You can start to just expand and extend your energy just that much. You don't need to go all the way, just that much, because these are the gates that open up to so much more. And the last little one that I wanted to throw in here, because it's just important as we're doing a little overview here, is this represents the tailbone. Do you like my drawing? It's great. This is the tailbone, and this is a certain root that comes out of the tailbone. Now, this is different than the root chakra. The root chakra isn't necessarily coming out of the tailbone. This is a root that is formed naturally at adolescence with our hormones when they turn on and they charge. And that is one of the things that also anchors us to Earth, but anchors us to our sovereignty as individual souls in this life. It's an initiation, is this cultivation of this energy cord, of this energy center that extends beyond our tailbone, beyond our lower center, to initiate us as whole soul people, as adults, into the world. And most of us also didn't get a chance to, didn't know to, weren't taught to extend this energy and develop this. And so that's one also that you can tune into a little bit and just start to think about. This is very kind of deep, ancient knowledge that you might not hear about other places. And I do have a particular, very powerful activation for this in my new chakra course, because it's foundational. You can probably feel the energy of it right now too. So tune into this, feel into this over these next days. And then I have the new videos coming out, which will go deeper into these, because there's so much more. And I'm very excited if you haven't noticed, because I've developed these over the years. For years, I've cultivated these energies, and I hadn't realized that you might not know about it, or that you might need some assistance cultivating it, and how essential it integrates into everyday life and balancing the spiritual path. So I'm excited. Let me know if you are. Put in the comments below if you already knew about these centers, what experiences you've had with them, what new insights you're gleaming from the things that I've pointed out here today. And be sure to like this video, subscribe, hit that bell button so you get notified as I'm doing these next upcoming videos. And if you want to go deeper into activating these, cultivating these with powerful activations and meditations, be sure to go check out my new chakra course down below. And I will see you next time.